Okay, so we are going to learn a new art technique today. It's going to involve paper and this stuff, which is tissue paper. And you might notice this stuff, it comes in like presents. Like a lot of people wrap presents in tissue paper to help protect it. So when you open up a present, you might see this in the bag or in the box. And I have cut it into strips, and we are going to use this to create sort of a painting technique on our paper. So this is a new media that we're learning. It's a new material. Media means material. And you might want to remember this for the future because you might want to use it someday on another art project. But today we're all going to learn it together. So you write your name on your paper and your code. Flip it over. Okay, so for tissue paper to act like paint, you need water. So I'm going to get a little bit of my paper wet, just with a paintbrush. You don't want it soaking wet that your paper is going to break, but just wet enough. And I'm only going to do this top part because it'll all just get too dry if I do the whole paper. So I work in small portions of the paper, sections of the paper, and I'm going to take this tissue paper and I'm just going to tear it, and I'm going to lay it on the wet part, and then you get just a little more water on your brush and you paint over it, and then you let it sit, and you keep doing this. Now you want to pick out colors that are your favorite colors that represent you, because this is your artwork. So I'm picking out different types of pinks because I really think these are pretty colors. Notice how I'm painting on top. So you can do a few at a time. Okay, so now I have my whole piece completed. It's all wet, and I'm going to put this on the drying rack to dry, and then next time we will peel up all of our tissue paper and you'll see that it leaves a beautiful mark on your paper. Okay, so now that we have practiced drawing a face, I want you to use what you have learned, and I want you to draw your self-portrait. So that's drawing yourself. So what I have done, I've taken all the tissue paper off, and it's left this really beautiful design. And you can tell a little bit, I've drawn with a pencil first, my self-portrait. That is so if I mess up, I can erase it still. And then I'm taking a Sharpie and I'm going to outline all of it. So I did the whole process. I drew an oval face, football eyes, the letter U nose, and the mountain lips. But some of that you're not going to see because my hair is going to cover it up, because you know Miss Sauer has long, thick hair. So you're not going to see one of my ears. You're not going to see this part of my face because the hair is going to cover it up, and that's okay. And if you want to give yourself just a few strands of hair, you can. What you don't want is this kind of hair. Number one, I wasn't paying attention and I got outside my lines. Number two, it just looks too scribbly. You want it to look like you are in control. So I'm just going to make a few. Just like that. That's all I need. Okay, and then my self-portrait is complete. I'm not going to color it in because I want the background tissue paper color to come through. So this is it. It's not that hard. Then what I want you to do, you're going to go pick a color of paper that you think represents you. So your favorite color, anything you want here. I wanted pink. So I'm going to put my name on the back and my code. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my self-portrait onto the pink. So I'm going to take my self-portrait, put a frame of glue around the edge, and then glue it right on. Just squeeze a little bit as you go. Make a frame. And then I'm going to do a big letter X in the middle here. And you want to glue it so we can see the pink still around the whole thing, so it looks like a picture frame. You don't want to glue it crooked. You don't want to glue it so half of it is going off the paper. Right in the middle. And you can see pink, 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 pink. It looks like a picture frame. So from here, in this space, we are going to design it showing our feelings. So how can we show feelings through art? We can show feelings through the materials we use. We can show feelings through the colors that we use. So in these trays I have like a pink and I have a blue. The pink is because I like pink. I think it's pretty. It makes me feel pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumbprint, because my thumbprint is unique to me. I'm the only one that has this thumbprint. And I'm going to make some prints with the pink. And I also have blue paint as well, and I chose blue to show that sometimes we can be sad, but it's okay to be sad sometimes. So I have a happiness and a sadness kind of thing. Okay, so there's my thumbprint in the corners, and then I'm going to wipe off my thumb with a paper towel, and I'm going to dip it into the blue. Keep going all the way around. You can just do the corners, you can just do the top and bottom, you could just do the sides. It's really up to you. So you could go all the way around and make a pattern of pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, or whatever colors you want to make. Okay? And then I'm also going to use some objects to represent me. And I am going to use feathers, because feathers are soft and they're beautiful, and usually they come from nature, and I really love nature. So I'm going to pick out some pretty feathers. And feathers, you can use your Elmer's glue to put on, or if you would like to, it's going to be a little quicker, you can come up to me and I will hot glue them with my hot glue gun onto your paper. So I want a feather up here in the corner, so I'm just putting some glue. So this is a piece of fabric that I'm going to draw on, and I'm going to draw a heart because I love a lot of people in my life, and I love a lot of animals in my life, and I love nature. So I'm going to use a heart to show that, and I'm doing it out of fabric because fabric has some really cool patterns on it already, and I don't need to draw it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue it. So if you're going to use fabric, it's going to need the hot glue. So you're going to have to bring it up to me. Cutting fabric is tricky. You have to go in kind of baby snips because we aren't using special scissors. Usually there's special scissors for fabric, but I don't have those. So I'm going in tiny, tiny little cuts. It's hard to do really big cuts with fabric. Okay, so here's my heart, and then I get to choose where I want it. And you can even make more than one.